Hi, Vince Riley with Stormwind Studios. So I just got back from VMworld last week in Las Vegas, Nevada, and I got asked to put together a quick summary of what went on. Now, most of you are probably aware of the slogan, "What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas." So that's pretty much it. Not going to talk about anything that I did while I was just kidding. There were a couple of interesting things that were discussed in sessions, and I'll kind of give you a quick overview of those and point out a couple things, places you can go get some additional information. But number one, I spent the first day, which was actually before the conference started, at VMware Certified Instructor Day. So VCI Day. We have a day where all of the instructors that show up, there were about 100 of us, around that, maybe 75 instructors, where we sat down with all the education, global education people. We had a chance to sit down, or Pat Gesslinger came in, as well as Ray O'Farrell came in, kind of talking about direction of the company, but we also got to learn about what's going on from an education standpoint, what's coming down the pipe as far as new curriculum and so on and so forth. So that's always an interesting day. And then the actual conference started. A couple of things that were pointed out to me, and some of you may be under NDA. I'm under NDA as well. But this is public knowledge. So what I'm about to share with you was either shared at VMworld or is public knowledge today. But there were a couple of things that were announced at VMworld, and it actually was posted to the vSphere blog the day that I was traveling out to Las Vegas. And these are probably some of the most interesting things that I heard, and then I'll tell you a couple of things about VMware. So if I go to the vSphere blog and actually look at this, and if you've been in one of my classes before, this is one of the ones that we recommend that you take a look at, but I was on an airplane, so I couldn't see it. Let me go down here. First one, and this is for you Linux people. This is probably a big deal for you Windows people. It's probably not a big deal, but it says VMware plans to deprecate the VMK Linux APIs and associated driver ecosystem. Okay, there you go. There's that. Then these next two. Goodbye vSphere web client. I'm going to leave that there for now anyway. So in version, well, I'll put it this way. So you're familiar with the web client. And in version 6.5, we're talking about the one that is still Flash-based. In version 6.5 of vSphere, we have the host client. We have the vSphere client, which is that HTML5-based client using the Clarity view. The next full release, and I forget if they say this on here, the next numbered release, not updated release, but the next numbered release, be that 7, which I don't know, 6 dot whatever, there will be no more vSphere web client. They are going strictly to the vSphere HTML5 client, the one that was introduced with 6.5. Okay, so no more web client. Some of you are clapping and I can hear you in the background. This next one was the most interesting to me. vCenter for Windows is going away. Same thing, it's the next full release. So VMware has always been clear in their direction and letting you, their customers, know. Remember back, some of you, ESX. Then we had ESXi, and then they said, hey, ESXi is our plan of where we're going. ESX is going away. And it did. Now, I have stood in front of people in classrooms and I've said, I don't know that the vCenter running on Windows will ever go away, but VMware is pushing us towards this vCenter server appliance. And I'm checking my words now. It is going away. So the next full release will be the last release of vCenter running on Windows. So prepare yourself. Come into one of the classes and we talk about the architecture, a little bit about the VCSA. There are many, many features that are built into the vCenter server appliance. In 6.5, we have the native backup. We also have high availability for that as well. So that's an enhancement, and so be prepared. The next release, after the next release, I should say, after the next full dot release, that will be the last time that you see those two features, which I find it very interesting that the day that everybody's traveling to get out to VMworld. That was posted in the vSphere blog. So those were 3 things that I heard while I was there that I was like, those are pretty big announcements in my opinion. The conference itself, there were many. If you've never been to VMworld, I would highly recommend that you go. It's a great time. It's a busy time. There are sessions from technical to general overview to from a development standpoint, all the way up to full products. I did several sessions on deep dives into some storage technologies, either virtual volumes or vSAN. vSAN was very highly publicized. vSAN is one of VMware's products that they are pushing, and I don't mean pushing from like a perspective of, hey, buy this. Though it's changing the way that we're dealing with storage inside of our data centers. There were several sessions on vSAN. The other one that was interesting to me, and there was a big push, is AWS, VMware Cloud on AWS. And VMware Cloud on AWS was a big push as well. There was a large presence of Amazon Web Services there. And lots of discussion. This was announced here. Now, some of you, if you've remembered in the past, like last year at VMworld, there was an announcement of VMware Cloud on IBM Cloud Services. This was pushed this year and really presented out. A couple of the cool things. There were a lot of, I don't know if any of you use the Amazon Alexa or Echo devices, which I am. I use them. Matter of fact, I have one sitting here. I'm surprised it didn't light up. But anyway, there were several sessions on how. And I know as soon as we talk about cloud services and then we start getting into the geeky part, we're being able to manage that from an Alexa device, but which you can. They're working on that. I went to a session where, and there was a developer. It was a small session, but how you could actually interact with Alexa and how it interacts with your vSphere inventory. So that's kind of off to the side, different than AWS. Although that's there. But AWS is actually running on bare metal Amazon hardware. But it is a VMware, and I'm going to put air quotes around the management side of it. So 4 nodes is the minimum, 4 physical nodes. And then there is vCenter, there's virtual SAN, and there's NSX that's built into it. So depending upon your environment, you may be able to use this as a hybrid solution. Some people will even want to use it as a full solution. But it offers lots of flexibility, lots of things that you can do. Now, they're still working out the pricing pieces, but this was a big thing that was pushed as well. And again, for those of you that are into the Amazon devices, there's also, they showed it. I tried to get one, but they wouldn't give it up. They actually have a dash button. And they demonstrated it where you could push the dash button. If you're not familiar with it, Google it or go out to Amazon and just type in dash button. But you could actually push the dash button. One push, it added an ESXi host to your Amazon Cloud or VMware Cloud on AWS. It added another ESXi host. If you pushed it twice, you got 2 ESXi hosts in your environment. If you did a long push, it actually removed one from your environment. So it was very cool looking at that technology as well. Overall, it was a great week. Like I said, it was very tedious as far as lots of sessions and trying to get a lot of stuff in. But it's a great overall week. The main things that I took away, though, was AWS on, or VMware Cloud on AWS. There were several technical sessions that I looked at from a storage perspective with vSAN. Did a deep dive from vVols, virtual volumes perspective. And then the announcements that were made in the vSphere blog. The next full release of vSphere, there will be no more web, or that will be the last time, and I need to clarify that. That will be the last time that there is a web client and the last time that VMware vCenter on Windows will be supported. So those are things that I thought I'll give you a quick update and remember what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.